the need for certainty, safety, security,
But certainty is what most people thrive for.
then it's kind of boring.
I have such a strong need for uncertainty.
And at some point in your life, you may or may not have violated your values in order to meet your needs. Then you wondered why.
Done. We're done with that topic, I feel, right?
There's an argument to be made for that. Okay, so today we're going to talk about one of my favorite topics, and maybe I'll let you introduce it though.
um, I'm married to this wonderful man, and I left a relationship for this wonderful man, a relationship which was okay. It was not bad. There was nothing wrong with it. Like, I don't know how many of you know a relationship that is okay. And it didn't meet my needs. So that's what we're talking about today. It's it's not enough to have an okay relationship. What you need is a relationship that meets your needs. And it's not only the relationship, it's also basically everything. If you do not understand what you need to have a fulfilled and happy and joy life, then you will be always unhappy. And it's so easy to find it out. And Tony Robbins and Chloe Madanes, if you don't know her, is a worldwide known psychologist or psychotherapist, I think.
Mhm.
They created a system which is called the Six Human Needs. It has a pretty long test that you have to do. I think you get it for free also everywhere. You can get it in the World Wide Web. And yeah, that's what we're going to talk about our needs and how we fulfill them. Or, yeah, is that right? Fulfill?
Yeah. So I came across this in about 2017 and it made so much sense. We're always trying to figure out why we do the things we do or why other people do the things we do. And this question of why leads us into reading and research and all this stuff. And really it can be broken down into just this one fairly simple concept, just like every other um you know kind of genius concept. It really is takes a complicated topic and breaks it down into a simple formula, like E equals MC squared. And
What?
so
What? Oh, I know.
this the six human needs is like the E equals MC squared of
From
psychology. There's a lot behind it, but on this, when you write it down, it only takes a few words. So
Mhm.
so one cool thing about or maybe not cool thing about needs is that they supersede everything else. So this is called the six human needs for a reason. um, People, most people believe that they have values that are super important to them, but what they don't realize is that they have needs that are even more important to them. And this is a list of those needs. You might not have a super high level on all of these needs, but you have all of these needs. Every human has all of these needs at some level. And at some point in your life, you may or may not have violated your values in order to meet your needs. Or you know someone who has, and you wondered why. Why did they do that? Why did they lie? Why did they cheat? Why did they steal? It's not because that wasn't a value for them or because it wasn't as much of a value for them as it is for you. It's because they had needs that weren't being met. And the way that they met their needs was through violating their values. So so I'll let you dive right into it.
Yeah, there are, yeah, as they define. So first of all, dear Tony, dear Chloe, you were just compared to Einstein. I hope you enjoy that feeling for a second. Um, there are six human needs, and to me, they make so much sense. I'm not so fired up as David with that, and we talked about that before. They make sense to me, but I have other coaching tools which I prefer. Um, but it's a very good explanation system, and it makes one need, I will come to that in a second, made so much sense to me. So in general, there are six, they define six human needs, and the first four are like foundational human needs everyone has, and the last two are spiritual needs. So you have to kind of fulfill the first four before you go into the last two ones, or before you feel the need to fulfill these two. So the first one is certainty. And certainty is something I would like to say 95% of humanity has the need for certainty, especially in uncertain times like we have right now. And the biggest understanding for me was that certainty can never achieved on the outside. So that's probably the biggest. I don't like the word mistakes, because I feel there are no mistakes you can do in life. It's all a process, a path, and we're learning. But certainty is what most people thrive for. I want to buy a house, so I'm sure I have somewhere to live. I want to have a car so I can do my daily chores and my kids don't have to work to school. I want to have a certain income so I can buy groceries, and yeah, so that's like pretty basic, but people are scared of losing all that. I'm scared of losing all that. But if you understand that certainty is within yourself, then it's a game changer. Like nothing is certain on the outside. Whatever you do, it's not certain. Like there can be, like we have wildfires right now here, not here in Red Deer, but close by. It's the first time I experienced that in this, yeah, in real life. And they can burn down your house and everything that's in there. Like you have like, I don't know, 2 hours to pack your stuff, and then you have this, and everything else burns down, and you have to choose, like, how can I choose? But so this is going our topic. This is the first one, and the second one was the one that kind of hit me so strong, and so I give it to you because you know best how much I need this.
I just wanted to say something really quick about certainty, the need for certainty, safety, security, and it it has been sort of linked to the need for control, and at times that's true, but I also want to point out that for some people it's linked to the need for a lack of control. In other words, some people meet their need for certainty by being controlling their partner, controlling people in their workplace, um, manipulating other people. But other people meet the need for certainty by giving away their agency to other people. So, what do you want to do? How do you want to do it? What, like, and so leaving the responsibility with someone else.
Mhm.
The second need is, so you're going to notice that these needs come in kind of yin yang pairs. And so the first two are certainty and uncertainty. And it seems ironic, but you need both. And you can't have, because when you have enough certainty or too much certainty, when you know what's going to happen, when it's going to happen, who it's going to happen to, then it's kind of boring, and hence the need for excitement, the need for uncertainty, and the need for variety. These are all the same thing if you're writing them down. So the need for variety is that's one of those ones that kind of sneaks up on you sometimes because you may not know that it's there. You may not realize that some of the things that you're doing, some of the actions that you're doing in order to get uncertainty. How did that come out for you?
Oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait to talk about it. So this was literally a game changer for me. And one thing I want to address here is you have all the six human needs, all of them, but they're in a different percentage. And they change over time, so they don't stay the same. So it's good to do the test over and over again, like do it today, do it next week, do it maybe in a year, in 2 years. And when I did it for the first time, I realized I have such a strong need for uncertainty. And we always say, if you don't grow, you die. Or we talk a lot about the comfort zone and the learn and the grow zone. We can talk about this another time. But so I have been staying in my comfort zone for most of the time of my life. And I have a strong need still, not as strong anymore because I know it now. But I had a really strong need for uncertainty. So what did I do? I produced drama all over the place. Because if you produce drama within relationships, for example, you get uncertainty. Like if you yell at your partner and you make a dramatic scene and you make, in Germany you say you make an elephant out of a mosquito. I don't know if that's anything. So it's a teensy tiny problem, but you make it so big. And I don't want to say that's a gift to women, but kind of. We can do that pretty good. And so I produce drama in my relationships. And I want to apologize to all my exes, to be honest. I didn't know that I need some more uncertainty. So, how do I get uncertainty today without producing drama in my marriage? And I change continents. We have two homes. One is in Germany, one is in Canada. So 4 months of the year I'm in Germany, like two in spring, two in autumn, and in between I'm 4 months in Canada. We try to travel a lot. We try to do exciting things, and I don't enjoy it in that moment. It stresses me out. It's also the change between the continents. It stresses me out. But after that, I'm relaxed for a long time. So if you are a person who has a lot of drama in their relationship, and this is a tough one, check if you need uncertainty. Because this need for uncertainty always leads you into dramatic relationships. It lets you choose partners who are not good for you. This is what all people talk about narcissism and toxic relationships. It's a skill. You need some uncertainty, so you choose someone where you exactly know it's not a good fit. And that produces uncertainty, by the way. But this is a hard pillow or a bitter pillow to swallow. I know. And how do you feel
So,
about the next one, David?
so yeah, I just want to jump in on that real quick. I think if if there's a stereotype of that women produce drama to meet their need for uncertainty, then equally probably there's a stereotype that men meet the need for uncertainty by engaging in risky behaviors. So it could be gambling or drinking or some other form of um, something that's likely destructive. And I'll just leave it at that. So the next need is significance. Is that where we're at? This is the
Hmm?
next pair. So the next pair, I like to do them in pairs because they have sort of this yin yang sort of thing. Like if you think about certainty and uncertainty, it's kind of hard to have one without the other. They're the same thing on a spectrum. There's an argument to be made for that. There's also an argument to be made for that the need to be important is at the opposite end of one spectrum, which has love on the other end of the spectrum. So that's where we're at with significance, the need for significance, the need to be important. How does that come out for you?
So I work with so many women, and this is one of the biggest needs I met during my work. Like, there are so many women, and now just listen carefully. Do you tend to give gifts to everyone? Do you tend to bake cakes all over the place and bring them to someone? Do you tend to do favors for everyone all the time, and you going over your own needs, like the need for like being just laying down, having a rest, and doing something that you enjoy? This is, to me, the biggest sign of a need for significance, because people don't value themselves. They get the value from doing things to other people. Another hard pill to swallow, I guess, here.
Yeah. Yeah, this one's interesting because it can drive so many positive behaviors, and it can also drive so many negative behaviors. And
What's
so when,
positive and what's a positive and a negative
well,
behavior?
yeah,
I get
it can help you so much in your life to have a need to be significant, and it can also harm you if you use that need, or if you meet that need the wrong way. So the important thing about these needs, all of them, is to become consciously aware of how you're meeting them now, not just how much you need them, but how you're meeting them, because they apply differently in different areas of your life, and they apply differently in each area of your life, differently for each person. Really, like every person has already created, if you're an adult, you've already created a roadmap of how do I get certainty? How do I get uncertainty? How do I get significance? How do I get love? How do I grow? How do I contribute? You already have these kind of pathways created. And so if you have some kind of dissatisfaction in your life, maybe you want to look at those and see, how am I getting these needs met? And is that working for me? I was supposed to
Yeah.
be talking about significance, but I got off on a thing there.
hmm
Yeah. So yeah, so
Let's go
that's about
dive
all.
into love and connection. So love and
Yes.
connection is the next one. And we all, so this is latest the evidence that all the needs are for everyone. Everyone has them because we are human beings, and we need connection. So there has been some studies. I think it was in Russian. Oh, what's that called? What's it called? A kid that has no parents, orphan. In Russian, orphanages. That's the word. Okay. And I don't have no evidence for that. I just read it. So it seems extremely cruel to me. And it's probably not in that century. It has been done earlier, but they did some experiments that they just gave the kids like food and changed their diapers and water, but they didn't give them any affection or love, and they died. So we are as human beings, we need connection and love. Like we need, and you probably, or you might have experienced that at some time in your life. maybe during the lockdown could be an opportunity. Like we were all kind of in Europe, it was extreme. You were kind of caged. You were not allowed to go outside, and people experience extreme depression. People who have never had depression in their life before. So this results from not having contact to other human beings. If you're a single and you're working from home and so this is love and connection is a need that we have, and sometimes we don't have a partner or we have kids, so you can fulfill this need also over friends or over pets, like animals. Like if you have a dog or you have a cat, you can always connect to your dog or pet. So this is a need, and for some people, for me, it's not so strong. This is not one of my strongest needs, but some people have that need very strong. And so they're doing decisions based on that need. So love is more important to them than, and you can easily imagine what that means if someone puts love overall instead of significance, for example.
Yeah, and I think it's important to make the distinction between giving love and receiving love too.
Mhm.
So when I grew up essentially for the most part without my dad. It had a very small part in my childhood in my life, and as an adult, I grew into someone who was never going to be a parent. Never going to be a parent, never going to be a parent, never going to be a parent. And then I found out I was going to be a parent, and it was like that. Like it was like night and day. In an instant, I changed into somebody who was going to be the best parent that I could be. And being a parent has been really good for me. It's been instructional at, at the very least, um, because kids are not, especially when they're very, very young, they're not able to give a lot of love, but they require a lot. So you learn um, about giving and the fulfillment that you get from giving love as a parent.
And now there comes the spiritual needs. Yeah. So we both have our biggest needs in the spiritual needs, like growth and um, contribution. And yeah, if you understand, no, I don't want to judge on this because everyone has different needs. For me, it was like I understood I have to change something in my relationship or I have to change the relationship. There's a wonderful sentence. You can't change the people around you, but you can change the people around you. Sorry, that was off topic. But yeah, when I understood that I have a very big need for growth, I don't wanna get stuck in the situation of life that I'm in. I need some growth. Yeah, I don't progress. I want to learn things. I want to grow. I want to experience new emotions. I want to learn, get new knowledge and all that. Then I understood that I have to work with my partner or ex-partner on that topic. He either want to go with me that way, and he didn't, which is okay. And he it had such a good impact on both of us. So if you separate from a relationship, it's never easy. It doesn't matter if someone leaves you or you leave someone or you both agree that it's not a good idea to stay together. But I had the opportunity to grow and to do the things that I love so much. And when I was able to do the things I love so much, I attracted a partner who was interested in the same things. And I felt and feel such an amount of freedom to understand that I have that need for growth, and I have a partner who has that need for growth, that That's something magnificent. I have no other word for that. So growth is, I strongly believe that we die if we don't grow. Like nature dies in winter and grows again in spring. And this is also for us. Like a caterpillar dies to become a butterfly. So if you want to experience, or if you want to, not everyone wants that, by the way, but if you want to live that juicy, fulfilling, rich, abundant, free life, then you have to be willing to go into changes. And there always pops up the sentence that I heard: change your expectations for appreciation. I feel that's such a big thing. That's such an important sentence in this area of growth, because we are change. If we don't change, we die. Like we get depressed or angry, or yeah, that's I could probably talk for hours about that. How do you feel about this?
I say it a little bit differently. I say gratitude is the cure, but um, that's my thing. Um, so growth and contribution, just like significance and love, and just like certainty and uncertainty, have a yin yang relationship. In that growth is a way of giving to yourself, and contribution is a way of giving from yourself. So if you think about a fruit tree, for example, it's good to harvest the fruit, but it needs to be fed. And if you're the fruit tree, you need to be able to take care of yourself that way. So Annie is exceptionally gifted at this. I don't know if she even realizes that this is what's happening when she does it, but she'll pick up a book, she'll take a course, she'll do a training or whatever, and she pulls knowledge and information from 17 different sources. And the next thing you know, she's creating a course on that topic, because she compiles all of this knowledge all the time. She's growing all the time, but she has found, as as everyone will, that it doesn't work. Like, you can't only grow. It doesn't work. And you can't only contribute. It doesn't work, because there has to be a flow between the two. You can't contribute unless you grow. In fact, we only grow so that we have more to give. That's my belief.
Yes.